Hey everyone, in this video I'd like to talk about jazz tone and some things that you can do to maybe improve your tone or change your tone, or just some things to consider that might help you kind of on your journey to getting a good jazz guitar sound. And this is really nothing to do with gear, let me just say that. It's all to do with kind of what you can get from the guitar that you have. So that's the main thing to consider. So we're going to be talking about some ways that you can kind of change how you play phrases, practice arpeggios, right hand techniques, left hand techniques, just things that I've found have been useful to students over the years. So let's get into it. Just before we begin the video, I'd like to tell you about a free beginner jazz guitar course which I have available for anyone that is new to learning jazz guitar. I've put this jazz guitar course together to break down jazz guitar in a coherent and structured way. There are over 25 4K video lessons and a 40-page downloadable PDF to help you get started. Each module comes with downloadable PDFs, chord diagrams, etudes and studies to help you get started learning the wonderful art of jazz. The first thing to consider on the guitar is whereabouts you place your pick on the actual guitar itself, whereabouts you pick. So if you pick on the neck or over the neck, it gives you a very mellow sound. Very throaty, kind of classic jazz guitar sound, I think. I kind of think, Kenny Burrell, when you play like that. Very mellow, and of course the main thing is playing with a very soft pick attack too. Strumming the chords very soft. They can be quick strums, but they have to be soft. The softer you hit the chords, the bigger they sound. If you hit them too hard, you can kind of choke out the sound a little bit. So that's one thing. You can pluck right over the neck pickup and you get a beautiful dark sound. The second thing you can do is change whereabouts you pick. So if you pick directly over the neck or in front of it, it's a very articulate sound. But if you either place the pick on the neck pickup itself or just behind, it's a little bit more articulate. And it changes the sound a little bit. And then if you move it further back, I find it's a little bit more, more defined. The notes have a bit more pop. Versus sometimes they can lose a little bit of their definition, at least when I'm playing it. So, and they both have a different sound, right? And you can easily use both. You could do a phrase and go from one to another within a phrase. Of course, you can pick very close to the bridge, but that's one of my least favourite sounds. I know some people use that with great effect and it can be nice in the right situation, but for me it's just too thin. It doesn't do anything at all. It can sometimes feel easy to control the pick because the strings are more taut because they're closer to the bridge, but what you lose on tone isn't worth it in my opinion. It kind of, maybe would work as a retro blues type of sound. So when it comes to my personal recommendations, I think that either on the neck, in front of it, or slightly behind it is where you get the best sound in my opinion. Maybe between the pickups, but as soon as you get too far from that neck pickup, I think too much is just lost in my opinion. So that's perhaps something to consider. Now, those are all left hand, right hand things, and that's to do with placement of the pick. Now, when you play chords, you can play chords like a basic C major chord many different ways to get a sound from a chord. So you could just strum a chord, which is okay, that can be nice too. But you can also, even with the pick, separation within a chord, playing a bass note then strumming down is good. Or you can maybe strum down and then hit the bass note afterwards. You could do maybe an arpeggio with a chord. Or what I like to do sometimes as well is you do an arpeggio and then change one note to make the chord more interesting. So the regular arpeggio, and then once you've done that, change one note. That kind of thing. But for me personally, just using the pick for chords is cool, but it can be very limiting. I mean, it can always feel a little bit clunky because you try to do so much with essentially, you know, just one thing, one finger really. So what I like to utilise is a lot of hybrid picking. And of course, some guitarists have got this absolutely perfected. And I'd like to be much better at it, but to me, once you start to get that involved, it sounds much more pianistic. So a good thing to do if you're not used to hybrid picking is to get like a C major chord and just do things like that, where you basically play with the pick on one string and then rotate between the fingers and try and get even as you can in tone between the voicings really. So that's one thing, and if you hit all the notes together, it's a very pianistic sound versus that you're always hearing the chord from the lowest note to the highest note. But it sounds much more pianistic to me if you hit all the notes together. So it's something to consider, especially when it comes to comping. Like if you're doing a phrase like that, you know, it's kind of possible to do with a pick, but it feels very cumbersome. But when you get the hybrid picking thing going, it just feels a lot more kind of elegant in sound, more like a piano player, in my opinion. Of course, you can do, you know, straight up fingerstyle, but I'm not as good as that. I'm working on it, but it's whenever you've got the pick, you've always got that sense of definition when you need it, guaranteed. And especially as most of us are used to playing with a pick, I think it's something that is worth considering. Another thing that you can do is think about how you might play certain phrases for a different type of sound, and this can really improve how a phrase changes. Like, for example, you could play any phrase higher up, you play it lower down, it really changes the sound versus playing it higher up. Both have their advantages, but it can change the tone of a phrase, you know, and that could be true of where you play the theme of a tune as well. You could play the same thing lower down, and you've got a different tone, you know, to work with a different timbre, which is a great thing about the guitar. Likewise, it could be anything like an arpeggio, like a B flat major 7th arpeggio like that. You could play the same thing where you play the 7th on the same string, and it gives it a much mellower sound. Another thing that you can do to really help the sound of what you play is use a little bit more sustain in your playing. Let things breathe a little bit more. These are just things that I think improve your tone more than, you know, focusing on amps or guitar or anything like that. Just what you can get from the instrument itself. Of course, so much could be said about just the onboard tone and volume, everything on full. Backing down gives you more acoustic properties, especially on this type of guitar. And the same thing with tone as well. If you take the high end off, it wouldn't be that much different if I was on a solid body. I would probably do the same thing. Just take a little bit of the high end off, and it warms things up considerably as well. That's probably the only thing I can say with tone. Just these two knobs. I mean, set the amp you know, how you like it, and get as much from you can as a guitar as possible. So I hope that these tips help you out. If they did, please subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and thank you for watching.